What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the party. Hope you're having a wonderful night or day. Welcome back to some more Chrono Odyssey as well. We actually had a second Discord Q&A with the executive producer recently, so for those who aren't in the Discord, missed out on it or couldn't find it, this is going to be some good information for you, but you will want to join the Discord and make sure to keep tabs on it when you can. So it starts off by stating that since the release of their developer notes 4, they have been reviewing our comments closely and are overwhelmed by our passion and insightful feedback regarding the combat system. Our expectations, as well as our sharpest critiques, are a prime motivator and source of inspiration as they continue to build a better game. Today, which is actually yesterday, they'd like to address some of the most commonly asked questions they've received. Please understand that they may not be able to provide any definitive answers for every single topic just yet, since some features are still undergoing much internal debate or additional R&D to ensure their utmost quality. While they can't show us everything at once, they still want to be transparent about the soul of their combat and where they're headed. So for the camera and controls, the first question they had was, do you plan to add a toggle option so players can choose between camera facing and character facing direction? I remember this was a topic that popped up a lot in my comment section as well. There were people that were hoping that it was kind of a toggle. When I kind of thought about it again, I kind of expected it to be where the old system would kind of come into play when you do lock onto a target, but the new system would come into play when you don't have anybody targeted, and in that situation your skills would go in any direction you were facing. The answer was that in the current version of the game, the camera plays a pivotal role beyond just providing a viewpoint. At this stage, rather than splitting their focus by adding various toggle options, they are pouring all of their resources into perfecting the combat experience through revamped camera settings and a lock-on system, but they will continue to fill any gaps through ongoing testing. Now, I think it would be beneficial if in the long term they are able to incorporate a toggle for that, because I can still see how there will be players that will want to embrace that old camera style system, and giving players the option in general is going to be more of a positive than anything. Their second question was, how do movement and aiming work for ranged classes? Is there a toggle between camera facing and directional control, or a hybrid system? Ranged characters utilize a dedicated camera view with the targeting reticle specifically tuned for their combat needs. However, they are still conducting internal R&D on the ranged camera environment to ensure the controls feel just right. They look forward to showcasing this in the gameplay footage later. Third question was, how does character movement look while locked on? By default, the character will stay facing the target while locked on. However, they've updated the camera system so that when you sprint, the character can move nimbly and reposition with fluid animations and speed while breaking lock-on focus. Question 4, which I think is a pretty interesting one, is, have you considered an acceleration-based movement instead of an instant top speed? The answer is, movement is just as vital as the camera system. They've currently balanced sprinting so that you hit top speed instantly to minimize any frustration. That said, they're discussing and testing ways to integrate acceleration to amplify the immersion